Good morning and welcome to Enduring Journey of Bliss to Bliss. I wanted just to take a quick few moments this morning and show you around the garden, see what's in bloom. And this is a coneflower, and the variety is Pretty Parasols. It's still blooming quite well here in the garden, in my fall garden. I will definitely leave these blooms seed heads as they develop for the birds to enjoy over the winter. And here close by we have this iris, which is actually called English Cottage. It is a reblooming variety, and it has an amazing fragrance. I need to come out and start removing some of these spent blooms like that, but there are still blooms yet to come. There are blooms that are open, and it smells really nice in this late or early fall garden. And here's a bud, and if it'll focus, yet to open. Okay, then I have close to that is a Coreopsis, and this variety I believe is Rose. Let me check, hold on. This variety is called Shades of Rose. Shades of Rose, Coreopsis. Coreopsis is also referred to as tick seed, but again, it's very pretty. Seeds are forming everywhere in the late fall garden. Very nice. I will take you around and show you some other things in bloom. Still have tomatoes. Now this rose here is Bolero, Bolero, and it is still putting on a show. It's quite gorgeous. It has a wonderful scent. The scent comes out a bit stronger, of course, when it's warm, but it's still a beautiful addition to any garden. Hopefully you can see the beauty of that rose. And there's quite a few buds still to open. And as you can see, there's blooms all along it. I do need to do some deadheading on the rose. I don't bother keeping rose hips. And then, well, this is some of my blue stem grass, some seed heads there. This is a Gaillardia. The variety of this is Arizona Apricot. As you can see, I've got a lot of seed heads that I will leave in place. Still have new young buds opening. It's a beautiful plant, pollinator magnet, and I believe I've got a total of 5 of these throughout my garden. Beautiful plant. Here's another one of them. Again, blue stem growing right there. Seed head for the blue stem, which will not come into focus, but there's another of the Gaillardia. And my verbinum, it's starting to put on beautiful fall color. Hopefully you can see the color of the leaves as they're getting ready to turn. Again, a beautiful plant. This here is a hummingbird. I believe they call it hummingbird mint. I will need to look that up, but it's nice. And this is my Elfin Thyme. Not on bloom right now, but pretty healthy Elfin Thyme. This is a lot of my peonies. They are on both sides. These are some of my peonies, and they go along both sides of the pathway. I'll be cutting them back probably in the next week or so for their fall rest. Like I said, they are on both sides of the path. And then here we have, going to seed, this is called Ironweed. It is a native plant to the state of Colorado, and it's a prairie plant, so a lot of the prairie states will have it as a native. I leave the seed heads for the birds so they can enjoy it. As you can see, I have quite a few seed heads here on this plant that again I will keep for the birds. And this is called iron plant. So actually there's a little bit of flowers still on my blue pitcher sage, if it will focus. Very few. And I don't think they're gonna focus at all. Let me see if I can perhaps focus like that. No, it's gonna focus on the trees behind. So anyway, I was hoping I could show you those blooms that are fading. Again, all the seed heads I'll leave for the birds. My goldenrod has gone to seed. So the goldenrod, again, I will leave it, let it go to seed, and the birds, of course, will enjoy this throughout the winter. I've also got some yarrow still in bloom here in the front of the garden. It's quite gorgeous plant. It's a nice pop of color on this corner entrance area. Immediately behind it is some little bluestem grass, which of course is also native to the prairies. Seed heads look beautiful with the sun coming through them. And then beside it here, this is a nodding onion. And again, it's going to seed. I will leave those seeds. They will drop, give me more nodding onions, as well as feed any of the birds or animals that would like to enjoy that throughout the winter. And a lot of my goldenrod back there, as you can see. This is my sedum. Still is a few fresher blooms right there. You can see them. They're more of the light pink there. A lot of it is starting to turn to go into seeds. And I'll leave them. And back here I have, this is called Magnus, M-A-G-N-U-S, Cone Flower. I'll leave all those seeds for the birds. And over here, this is an agastache or an agastache. It still has quite a few blooms. It has an awful lot of the seeds as well, starting in there. But it's really pretty. I wanted to show you my Apache Plume. This is also a native plant to Colorado, and with the sun coming through those seed heads, it just looks really pretty. Apache Plume. The flowers on it are just small, somewhat daisy-like white flowers, but the seed heads are these magnificent blooms you see. Feathery blooms. It's a very pretty native plant. And then this is actually some bee balm or monarda. Again, I leave the seed heads. Here's some chocolate flower at the front of my garden. And then over here I have some phlox. This phlox is called Fashionably Early Crystal, I believe. And it will bloom, one of the earliest bloomers in the spring. And then you get a second bloom in the fall many times. Another very pretty plant. This is, I can't think of the actual name, but it's Mexican Hat. A lot of people know it as that. And it's a very nice addition to any native garden. These are beard tongue, Penstemon, and as you can hopefully see, we have a bee who decided to visit. And here he is. It's a very good plant for pollinators. And another native, any penstemons, for the most part, would be considered native to a prairie garden type of garden that you'd like to have. Then over here I have some of my Indian paintbrush, and you can see the seed heads. That is these long green coming out here. Those will be the seeds. This flower is much better in the spring, but I do have some blooms right now on it, and I truly enjoy seeing those this time of year when you typically wouldn't. It's another nice plant to have in the prairie garden setting. Up here, this is a David Austin rose. It is Munsteadwood. Hope I'm saying the name correctly. Just beautiful, still blooming. Beside it, I have another David Austin. This rose is Desdemona. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. They're a smaller bed, but they're quite pretty. And I have quite a few deadheading to do, but there are new blooms, buds, as you can see there, a new bud. Now there's a size difference. Here's the David Austin with my hand, or excuse me, the Munsteadwood with my hand. And here is the Desdemona with my hand. Still beautiful, love it. Okay. We will head on up here. This is the Munsteadwood. This is bud, not quite open, but as you can see, just gorgeous, beautiful. Cone flowers that will be left in place for the birds to eat the seeds. This is actually a plant called Prairie Smoke. Has little pink flowers in the spring. It's a nice native plant addition. And then over here I have a Penstemon, which is quite lovely. It is a true hummingbird magnet. Hummingbirds love it. The leaves, kind of a, I don't know, bluish, grayish green. And I do leave these seed heads for the birds. As you can see here, these are all seed heads. I don't know if any will come out. They're very hard, but perhaps you can see them in there. And it's just covered from all the blooms it had this year. Directly behind that, that is actually, oh my goodness, I have to think of the name. It's going to seed as well. And the seed heads actually provide their own beauty. But these are another great prairie plant. Goodness, I have to think of the name. Well, maybe I can put it up on the screen. They're beautiful. I love them, and I'll always grow them as well in my native gardens. See if I can get these Penstemons like a front view so you can see the beautiful blossoms. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not sure how well that's coming in because these are down pretty far on the ground and I have to really kind of lean. See if I can lift the stem a bit. Yeah, there you go. It's a beautiful flower. Hummingbird magnet. And you can see why, of course, their little beaks. That plant is perfect. Here's another stem of it growing. We have bees visiting. That's great. Hopefully that's coming through. Again, that's why I plant the plants that I do. It's for these amazing little pollinators. Yeah, he's a busy guy. Okay, and I wanted to show you my sand cherry. It is getting its fall color, and it looks just beautiful. This is a sand cherry. It's another native plant to Colorado, and the colors are just amazing. Hopefully that is coming through. Beautiful plant. Here's one of my cone flower varieties right beside it. This bud is still opening, it looks like, whereas these are all ready for the birds to come and enjoy their winter feast. Okay, so let me come along here. Now this is chives. I have been planted here along the walk. Makes it easy for me to come and clip some to cook with or add to a baked potato. They're very nice to have. And this is a few blooms left on my Coral Bell. The leaves are still quite nice, the crowns. Not many blooms left, but a few. And this is another Penstemon variety. I believe it's Firecracker if I remember right. I did deadhead this one. It's just such a prolific cedar. This was one plant when I planted it. So I did deadhead that one. This is some Bronze Fennel. I deadheaded that as well because it is so prolific as seeding. If I didn't remove those seed heads, this would be the only plant in my garden. This is not a native, but I love growing it, and it's a very easy plant to grow. Okay, over here we have some non-native peonies or peonies. This, of course, is petunias amongst the Ulysum. It's very pretty. This is my Major Wheeler. It is a honeysuckle. It is a native, essentially, so it is not invasive. I will zoom in so you can see some of the buds, blooms and buds. So right in the middle of the screen you can see buds yet to open, and then below some open blooms, more open blooms. And then I'll show you, see that little red berry? I'll try to get that in the center, just above the yellow dot on my leaf. The birds will have to eat those as well. I'll pan over. There's two, one up towards the top and one's in the middle, that the birds have not quite got to yet, but they do enjoy those. I actually plant this, well, for its beauty, but for the hummingbirds, so that they can come and enjoy it from the spring through the summer. And right now, sadly, the hummingbirds have left my area, but that's okay. They will venture back in the spring. Again, my petunias, my alyssum growing together. We'll pan over here. Chocolate flower, still blooming. Smells like chocolate. It's another great addition to have in your garden. We have a bee. Let's see if he's going to stop. He's going to rest, so we'll see if we can get him. We will see. Oh, of course he took off as soon as I did it. That's okay. Anyway, chocolate flower. Native plant to Colorado and to the US. So I like to have that in the garden. And then over here I've got sweet peas. Starting to fade, but they're still putting on a bit of a show. And some are going to seed. As you can see, there's a seed pod. Here's a seed pod. Nice plant. There's sweet peas. Quite gorgeous. And of course have that heavenly sweet pea scent. Very pretty. And some of my pansies. This little container here is some deeper yellow, some lighter yellow, and some white. Very nice. Same with this little container here. There's my little bird fountain going. I do have some other pansies. They haven't really done much. These are morning primrose. Hopefully I can get that to focus. They're lovely little yellow flowers. The plant is kind of coming through here. Here's one that's not quite open yet. There are kind of the gray, blue, green, gray color on the leaves. It's a nice native plant to have. This is a rabbit bush. This is the smaller variety. It's all going to seed. Again, I will keep that for the birds to enjoy. It's a nice native. This is a short variety of Joe Pieweed. It's very pretty. It's a great pollinator magnet, and I have the shorter variety of it because, of course, Joe Pieweed can get, 6 to 10 feet tall. So I like the shorter variety. Now this is some Little Bluestem, more Little Bluestem seeds, seed heads. That is not going to focus. But I have that dotted throughout my yard. And then this is another Penstemon the hummingbirds adore. I only have one little stem. It's a beautiful plant. Beautiful little flower. As you can see, it's got the right shape for the hummingbirds. And this one, I would like a few more plants. Now, with any luck, some of these seeds will come true. And if they don't, I'll do some divisions on the mother plant here next year probably. But it's a beautiful plant too. They're all beautiful in their own right, and I love growing them. So let's see if we can maybe, there you go, kind of. She's just gorgeous. Okay. And then down here, These are, I believe their official name is Campanula. They're again a native plant. You can see a lot of them are going to seed there, but there are some newly opened buds. Well, you just can't quite see them, but they're gorgeous, just beautiful, and I love them. Lots more buds to open. There's a side view that's better. Yeah, it's a nice plant. And we're back to the beautiful cone flowers. These are so pretty. Pink Parasol is the variety. They're just gorgeous. And I think we'll close on this beautiful, just beautiful English Cottage bearded iris. It is so beautiful. And for it to be blooming in my fall garden, I'm just so happy. It is a rebloomer, so I shouldn't be totally surprised that it's reblooming for me. Ah, the smell is heavenly. But yeah, it's gorgeous. Another different on the same plants here. It's just simply beautiful. I hope you all enjoy the day. Thank you so much for joining, and feel free to leave any comments, questions, and I hope that you all have an amazing day. Take care.